Greetings. So it's product review time. Haven't done one of these in a while, and this is a little bit different, but I seem to say that all the time. So I came across this article that I was reading on Flipboard and was talking about these eye drops you could use if you had trouble seeing things up close and you used reading glasses or had to take your glasses off to read it. And it's called Vuity, V-U-I-T-Y. I've heard it pronounced a whole bunch of different ways, so I'm just calling it Vuity. And what it said is that you put one eye drop in each of your eyes, you wait about 15 minutes or so, and for most people, it's going to clear up your vision, and it could last for 8 to 10 hours at a time. And I was concerned for a couple of reasons. One, I have had trouble in the past because of my diabetes with my eyes. I seem to have covered that by now, but still you wonder about it. Two, I've been wearing glasses since third grade, so I think I was 8 years old then. I'm a little older than that now. The trials that were done on this product were basically people from the age of 40 to age 55. I'm a little older than 55. Okay, I'm in my early 60s. And so I'm not really, I'm not the group that was tested on, but the group that was tested on, 70% said that it worked for them. So what I did was I called my ophthalmologist and I said, look, you understand what my eyes are like. You have the records. I've been seeing you for a whole bunch of years. What do you think of this stuff? And he said, it's been around for a while. I said, what, really? Because I had just, for the first time, ever seen this. Well, it turns out that Vuity hasn't really been around since forever, but the main ingredient, and you know what? I'm going to mangle this. Pilocarpine HCI. I don't know. Anyway, supposedly that's been around for a while. And that in and of itself is kind of a big differentiation of price for a lot of people. For instance, this is the size of the bottle. Look how dinky that is, put in front of my dark shirt. So anyhow, this here is 5 milligrams and it's $80 for 28 days. And it's prescription only. The other thing I mentioned, it begins with the letter P. You can actually buy that and you get 10 milligrams for $8. And that's the main ingredient. Now, supposedly in here they add something to try to help your eyes be a little bit more comfortable when you put it in, because most of us really don't like eye drops. But the other stuff has been used for, I guess I'll say, decades to help people with glaucoma see better. So, you have to kind of think about that. But anyhow, the ophthalmologist said, you know what, give it a shot. Let's find out. So he prescribed it. He's actually kind of a cool guy. He's a little goofy, but that's okay. I don't mind a little bit goofy. So I went ahead and bought it, and it turned out my insurance company actually paid a little bit of it. They only paid $82, and wrong, geez. They paid $12, so it ended up costing me $70. A discount is a discount. So I brought it home, and I tried it for about 2.5 weeks. The first 2 days were messed up. I've always missed dropping eye drops in my eyes. So, if I had something in my eye or whatever, and I had some Visine or something around, I would close my eyes and I would, lean the head back and I'd put it in the corner. And you could use like 2 or 3 drops and then open your eyes and it got in there. Well, what this stuff cost, only 1 drop. I mean, that's all you're supposed to use. So the first 2 days, I kept missing it. And then I mentioned it to my friend Kelvin, and he says, well, try pulling your lid down and see if that works. Sounded like a stupid idea, but my goodness, that worked. So all these years, all I needed to do was pull my lid down. Someone else could have told me that, but still. So I put it in there, and immediately I had a little bit of stinging, and the sting only lasted maybe a minute, and then that was gone. My eyes never got red, and that's one of the early side effects that a lot of people have said that they had, but they also said within 10 to 15 minutes that was gone. So I guess I got lucky there. So the question is, how did it work for me? And I'll tell you the truth, it didn't work at all. My eyes never got clear. Obviously, I knew I was going to have to take the glasses off, but if I pulled anything close to me, like I have the Fitbit, and I always had to take my glasses off to read the Fitbit, I still had to take my glasses off and pull the Fitbit as close to my eyes as possible so that I could see it clearly. Anything else that I tried to read, the exact same thing. But I kept trying because it also said that it could take up to 5 days before it started working properly. It never started to work for me. And I said, you know, since I paid for it, I'll stick with it for a while. But it just didn't work for me. Like I said, I don't know if it's because I've had this long history with glasses. I don't know about some other stuff. But for me, it just didn't work. And in a weird way, I guess I'm glad it didn't work, because I don't know that 8 to 10 hours would be enough. You know, if I woke up at 7 in the morning and I decided, okay, I'm going to take it at 8, well, that means that by evening, where I'm really doing most of my reading, I'm done. You know, you can't use it again. It may even be 4 o'clock. Now, most people, because I went back later on and see if I could find some videos, and most of them are by eye doctors. One of them actually tried it, and you know, this one lady said, you know, she had vision for 6 to 8 hours. She thought it was okay, but a couple other people mentioned they only had it for 2 hours. So you know, it depends on the person. Nothing works the exact same way for everybody. Okay, let me rephrase that. Depending on dosage, depending on what else you have going on, you're going to have different reactions to stuff. This was just mine. It didn't work for me. And truthfully, I don't think that I would have paid $80 every single month for this, just for a few hours of clearer vision, still having to take my glasses off. That just didn't seem to make any sense. But, you know, I think that if this is something that happens to you, and by the way, it will supposedly work on younger people also, because there's a lot of people who get into their early 30s and start having trouble with this. You know, if you feel like going ahead and paying $80 for it, or however much it costs at your particular pharmacy, because here's an internal secret: all pharmacies do not charge the exact same thing for the exact same medication. I talked about that a long time ago, where for a while I was getting my insulin syringes for free at one grocery store, because I share a backyard with a major chain, but for them at the time it was $34 for a box. And this other place, they were $0. It's like, you know, that's a no-brainer. Now it's $19.95 for 2 boxes. You know what? That's still cheaper than it is just to go where I go. So shop around if you decide to try it. See if maybe you can get something a little less. But do that before you have a doctor give you a prescription for it, just to see if you can save some dollars here and there. I hate that it didn't work for me. It probably would have been kind of nice, but there you go. It didn't work for me. I guess I'm good. You know, I've been taking my glasses off now for at least 15 years, probably 20. I can't really remember, but I'm thinking 15 because I used to wear contacts before my eyes just decided they didn't like that. There are some side effects, but I'm not going to talk about those because, you know, they weren't going to affect me anyway. But if you're interested, check out some of the other videos where you will get a little bit more science. Anyhow, that's my thought. That's my review. Let me know what you think. If you try it and it works out for you, let me know that. If you try it and it doesn't work for you, let me know that as well. But we've changed up for stuff that I've done the rest of this month. Y'all take care.